Alright, we're leaving. Pardon me, little lady. And she dropped her book. All of a sudden I'm left behind alone. Alone in a room that stole the little lady's smile away 5 years ago. The little lady's gone now, leaving me with only a few new facts. A few very heavy, very sad facts. Does Lang know about all this? One other thing stands out in my mind. I can sense your presence. The sound of that the kidnapper's final words. Does those two know? Do they kidnapper know about the powers of the dead? Save data. Yes, thank you. Continue playing. Yes, thank you. It looks like the kidnappers made a big mistake. The girl in the trunk was Detective Joe's daughter, Camila, not the minister's daughter. When I got back to the Justice Minister's office, things were getting even more out of hand. The devastated man was being grilled by the fierce detective lady. I told Line what I had found out about the kidnapping. That it wasn't the Justice Minister's daughter who had been abducted. That the kidnappers had been holed up in Camilla's old house, and that they sensed my presence and were already gone. But Camilla, why do they have Camilla? Her father isn't the stupid old Justice Minister. I think the stupid old part is a little uncalled for. It looks like the kidnappers made a mistake somehow. The poor girl kidnapped for the ransom of her own father's execution. It's just too much. It's a cruel twist of fate, I agree. And then are those other twists too. Like the kidnappers winding up in and using Camilla's old house as their hideout. There's no way it could be just a coincidence. And them sensing my presence. They seem to know about the powers of the dead. I just don't understand any of it. I told you before, detective. I want you to stand back. Who cares about this dance at a time like this? Look, Mr. Minister. It wasn't your daughter that was kidnapped. Don't try to pretend you didn't hear what we were saying. Alright. How can I believe in you? I'm a realist. Please. If you don't believe what we say, see for yourself. Just call home, man. I tried calling 100 times. My wife won't answer. She won't? It's complicated. Oh, why does life have to be such a complicated thing? But if she doesn't answer, doesn't that mean everything's normal? It doesn't prove it. True. Anyway. And I'm being watched. I can't have the police go check for me. Besides, if the execution isn't carried out tonight, the hostage will be killed. What difference does it make if it's not my daughter? Well, look, you actually care about others. Ooh-wee. That's quite a pickle, Mr. Minister. Quite a pickle. Well, hello there. Miss me, baby? Inspector Cadenella. stop dancing, please. I have a little report for you, Mr. Minister. The escaped prisoner has been apprehended. Thought you might like to see him, so here he is. Detective Yode. Detective Yode, I'm so sorry, I tried. I know that you're innocent. I just can't prove it. I'm so sorry. 9. Please don't apologize to me. Ah, the beautiful love between a teacher and a student. It brings a tear to my eye. Trick time. You know, didn't you, Inspector Cadeneda, that the execution was tonight? I don't believe I had any obligation to tell you. And you're fine with this? I mean, you know as well as I do. Detective Yo could never have done such a thing. Haha! Oh, come on, baby, I know no such thing. Huh? I know 2 things to be true, and 2 things only. 1, he was given the death penalty. And 2, he tried to escape. What else could I do but hold him in, baby? If that's the case, why did you bring him here? Whatever do you mean, young lady? He escaped from the prison, right? So why didn't you just take him back to the prison? I think you only brought him here to brag about your accomplishment. Isn't that right, Inspector? For your own selfish reasons. So were all those rumors about you true? That the only thing you care about is a spotless record? Is that more important to you than having a friend? Everybody has certain principles they can't go back on, including me. You understand that someday, baby? That's enough line. But Detective Yode, I'm a death row inmate who escaped from prison. This is how it should be. But let's see. My poor Amelia, is she alright? Actually, the girl who was kidnapped is named Camilla. Why is the dream talking to me in my head again? Wait a minute. Amelia? Could that be the Amelia next door? Yes, I think so. Wow, I didn't know they just means to live next door. No, not me, my wife. It's complicated. Yeah, I bet it would be pretty hard to admit she left him. The minister's wife ran away on him. Maybe they grew apart. What with him being so busy? Yeah, I bet you're right. Please stop gossiping about me inside my own head. Oh boy. I actually want to talk to this guy. So, Mr. Ghost, we meet again. I hear something about the kidnapping. Some kidnappers are saying they abducted the Justice Minister's daughter. That's terrible. What's their demand? They're carrying out of your execution tonight. I had no idea I was so hated. But the minister doesn't have to worry. I die, it's all over. Very simple. It's not that simple. Why not? Because it isn't really the minister's daughter who's got kidnapped. It's Camila. What? Camila? I check it out for myself. I'm positive. No, it can't be. And by the way, Camila told me something interesting. She said the one who killed her mother 5 years ago was Camila herself. What? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him. I'm the one who shot her. I'm the one who shot Alma. And when I'm executed tonight, that will be the end of it. Camilla won't have to suffer anymore after tonight. For a capable detective, you say some incredible misguided things. Your dying isn't going to end that girl's suffering. It just brings her new suffering. The only person's pain this execution is going to ease is yours. Is it true what the Camilla said? Why don't you tell us what you know? To be honest, I still don't understand what happened that day. It was my wife's Alma's birthday. I come home from work and she went in first. Bang! Mom, what was that noise? I looked for a shooter, but there was nobody to be found. There was nobody there besides Alma and Camilla, just the two of them. So the little lady's mother died right in front of her. Oh my, that's so horrible. Camilla told me about it. She was crying. She said the contraption she made did something it wasn't supposed to. Made an impossible move. An impossible move? It's been 5 years since then I stopped thinking about it. I shut down and there's no other explanation. That's what I convinced everyone of, even me. But tonight you showed up and gave me an explanation I never would have thought of before. The powers of the dead, right? That day in that room. Powers that I didn't understand were at work. And if that's the case, it clears up all the mysteries. Maybe not all, there's a couple of people who know about these powers. Is somebody there? Can you hear me? I can sense your presence, you know. The kidnappers who abducted Camilla knew about these powers. This is no ordinary kidnapping. It looks like my wife's cause isn't coming to an end after all. I'm the one who thought it was. Detective Yod. There's still time before dawn, a little anyway. How about you see this case through to the end before you die? Camilla was quite a little girl, but she was good with her hands. She was a little genius at making elaborate toys and contraptions. But there were two very strange points about that contraption. The first was, of course, the firing of that gun. Right, that was an antique gun. It had on display for years. So it wasn't part of the little lady's original design. Of course it wasn't. It was supposed to be a surprise for her mom's birthday. And the other strange point was the movement of that Cupid. Cupid, okay? It was supposed to shoot this arrow without turning around. Somebody made a change to the contraption's design and then manipulated it. I didn't know what to say. I didn't have time to think things through then. All I knew was I had to protect Camilla. I made a small adjustment to the scene and turned myself in. What kind of adjustments? The gun, of course. The gun, I can't think of it.